It's KROQ to the Rescue, presented by Mercedes-Benz. I'm Kat Corbett, and joining me is Annie Hart, who has her own rescue from the heart. Welcome, Annie.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
We're going to talk about what to do if you find a pregnant animal, which apparently happens often. I see posts at least like once a month, and people are freaking out. So we're going to go over a couple of things because Annie is skilled in the art of dealing with pregnant animals. I wanted to have Blue be our guest for a minute because you're the reason I have him in my life.
Aw, I haven't seen him in a long time. It's good to see him.
Yeah, you came to do the house check and make sure, that we were all good. And so it's been a very long time, but I wanted you to see that he's here.
He's still very handsome.
He's very handsome. He's growing into his old man phase. Go yell at someone to get off your lawn. Go for it. Okay. So Annie, you just tell me about the dog you had, because I know I was watching some of the live birth process, and if you want to see that, I'm sure it's still up on your website.
Yep, it's on our Facebook page if you scroll down to last week.
Okay, so tell me about that dog and how you came to get her and all of that.
Well, Clementine, she's nursing right now, so otherwise she'd come out.
Right.
She was from Porterville, which is up in Tulare County. It's basically if you go to Bakersfield and take a right for 20 miles. And she was found out in a field there, pregnant and alone. And apparently this field is a common dumping ground.
Ah.
So they took her to the shelter where she waited out her stray hold, which is like 3 days, to make sure that she didn't have an owner that was looking for her. And once her stray hold was over, they had us lined up. We brought her down, we moved her into her baby suite, and she was here for about 10 days before she gave birth. So
I remember watching her. It was like, it was like watching the Fiona hippo or giraffe births. It was like every day we thought it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Just like, nope, not today.
I know. She just kept getting bigger and bigger, and she had a full waddle going back and forth her belly, and
right.
Totally delicious. And
now, how many births have you experienced in your lifetime?
At least a dozen.
Okay.
This was one of the more complicated ones.
And why is that?
So the first one came out no problem. It was textbook. The second one, the head I could tell was twice as big, and when it was crowning, it got stuck and wouldn't come out of the birth canal. And about 20 minutes of her trying, and we put Vaseline around everything, it just wasn't happening. So my husband grabs her and puts her in the bed and grabs me, and we dash to the emergency room. And 2 minutes before we get to the ER, the puppy comes flying out.
Oh, that Vaseline. It's like,
just like had to get that shoulder out. And then it was,
it's like me trying to put clothes on right now,
Yeah. And then the third one, so that one was healthy. Everything was okay. We got to the ER and they're like, see you later. Goodbye. You're good. And so we got home, and the third one came out right then. And it's like the second one had like paved the way, made everything,
right.
Stretched everything out, got it, did all the hard work. And the third one wasn't breathing. She got the sac off, everything. And so we're trying to rub it and stimulate it, do all the things you're supposed to do to get it going, and it wasn't working. And so it was like 10 minutes of this, and then finally it was getting a shallow breath, and then it was wheezing a little bit. So we're trying to use a little sucking tool to get any kind of mucus out, and we're doing the upside down, all the stuff. It took about 30 minutes in all, and then it screamed its head off, and everything was great. So, and my husband's looking at me, and he's this big dude, and he's like, I'm not cut out for this. I can't do this anymore.
I know this, and anybody who follows Rescue from the Heart, you all have seen some really difficult and been through some difficult things, with rescues and just seeing the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
So, I can't, are you still freaked out when stuff like that happens? Are you a little bit
in the moment, you're just going. You're just go, not even thinking about it. And, right after it, it was like, all right, get them on the boob, start nursing, go for it. And at the end of the night, you go, okay, what just happened? All right, everybody healthy. Okay, let's go.
All right, now you are clearly more experienced than I or anyone else that may be watching this and be like, what happens if I find an animal, a pregnant animal? What can you just maybe give us like, the quick version? Do you go to a rescue? Do you, like what should you try to do?
If you've never done it, I would suggest reaching out to a rescue, and they can also help guide you through some of the legal steps of what you're supposed to do when you find a stray animal or a homeless animal. I wouldn't personally like to take the dog to the shelter to stay there because it's kind of a traumatic environment,
right.
But you have to register it with the shelter that you have this animal in case somebody comes looking for it.
That's good because you know what, you register them, but also, they can give you tips on how to take care of the pregnancy.
Exactly. It's kind of funny. There's not really a guidebook on how to help a pregnant dog give birth. So a lot of it is looking up on social media and websites, some, pro tips of how to do it. I've had many moms go through here that you just sit back and watch and cheer her on and that's it. Where Mama Clementine really needed a lot more than that. So,
right.
But yeah, if you find a pregnant one, get to the shelter and at least register it. Talk to rescues, see if they can take it in. If you can't take it in, try and find somebody who can, absolutely, that has experience.
Right. I'm not putting the pressure on anyone out there saying if you find the pregnant animal, then you also need to be an OBGYN. That's not I'm saying
that baby nursery.
Take it to your local rescue. So at least they have a place, that they are registered, and if someone lost the dog, but also to get them through the process. And if you decide to do it, it can be a little stressful.
Yes.
Just like humans, I guess it's just like it's either easy or it's stressful.
Well, when they asked us if we would take her on, I kind of went, "Oh, I'm so busy. That's so much to do." Wait, no, I don't. I have nothing going on. It's COVID. This is my whole summer.
Oh my gosh! Can we see her in there, or can you tilt your laptop, or can we see any of the little ones? Or
first, I'm going to show you the star.
Oh my God! Is that one of the babies? Hi.
We're calling him Chunk Rock right now.
Chunk Rock, you look like a little polar bear.
And he's twice the size of everybody else. So this is the one that got stuck. And
Chunk. Yeah. Gosh.
He's a nipple thief. He takes it from the other ones over and over. Oh my goodness. Say hello.
Look at you.
Yeah. He's the only white one. So let me see who else. Who's not?
How many puppies in total?
6.
Wow. Okay.
So this is the second smallest.
Hi, buddy.
His name is, right now we're calling him Blaze just because he has a blaze on his chest.
Oh, that's a good name. Look at you. He's another little bear, like a little grizzly bear.
You can see just how much smaller he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see who else is in here. You see a girl.
How long did the process take in total, do you think? Like when she started delivering?
I would say 6 hours.
Okay.
They can go 2 hours in between each birth. So she has 6 babies. So it could have been a 12-hour labor,
God, 2 hours between each birth.
I know.
Everyone was just like, no.
Yeah, these are big babies for her too.
You are, look at you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
Yeah, this is a little lady. So she had 2 girls, 4 boys, and it was funny. She did it in order too. She did all 4 boys at once, and then both girls.
Ladies taking their time. I love it.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this. You have a rescue and you help animals find great homes and you do all that. I know, or I've heard at least that 8 weeks is minimum before you think of getting them into a home.
Yes, and I think it's actually the law in California that you can't adopt animals out until they're 8 weeks old. So there's some places you can get away with it by doing a foster to adopt and then wait after the 8 weeks to make it official.
What's 8 weeks is that so they can wean themselves from their moms?
Yes. Okay. So we like to let mom do the weaning and we just kind of follow her lead. So what we usually say is 8 weeks with mom and then 4 more weeks with your siblings. So they can teach they learn so much from mom on proper etiquette and everything. When they do something wrong, they get picked up. Though Clementine is totally a backseat mom. She doesn't care. She's like, whatever, you guys are on your own. And the 4 weeks where we keep them with their siblings, it gives us a chance to do a second round of shots and gives them a chance to learn socialization from each other.
Great.
Ow, that hurts. So that's the noise they make, these little things that you don't even realize that they're learning. So we start the adoptions at 12 weeks. So.
I love that. Yeah. 12 is good. And just a word to anybody watching, like say you take the pregnant animals to the shelter and you decide I'm going to do I'll help out because shelters are so packed and everybody's stretched. I will help out and, guide this animal and watch it, and let it give birth. That doesn't mean then you are now saddled with 20 dogs or how many dogs are born.
Yeah.
That you've helped a huge deal by just, helping those puppies or, kittens come into the world. And then you can talk, and then you should talk to the rescue, be like, what do we do now to get these animals out there?
Absolutely. And most rescues are eager to help puppies find homes. So, usually at that point, it's pretty easy. And as the foster yourself, after the 8 weeks, you're ready for them to go. you're like, here, have this dog. I'm out of here.
Now tell me this, because, so when I adopted Blue, he was like, I don't know, between 7 and 9. We didn't even know because he looks like a little hyena or something like that. How many animals do you have in your rescue right now waiting for adoption?
I think 12 or 13, but we're getting 2 more from Bakersfield early next week. So.
Okay. And I know that,
plus 6. So for 6. Yeah.
Rescues run on a lot of donations. It's something that is, keeps the animals fed and the medical and the shots and all of that stuff. And there's always a new animal coming in all the time. Yes. So we're going to post a link for, folks to donate and maybe help out with those new babes, because I know they're still going through the shot process and all of that stuff.
Yes.
So I hope that we can help you out, raise some funds for Rescue from the Heart so you can, take care of more pups.
Yeah, thank you. We're actually, mom isn't making enough milk because these are such big babies. And even though she's eating so much extra food, it's still not enough. So we're supplementing with formula and we're going through it so fast.
Yeah. Okay. Do you also have a wish list?
You know what? I'll send you a link for one. Yeah, we're going to create a little baby registry for them. So.
All right. Well, by the time you see this, it'll be right below this video, that link for the wish list, which I think is really easy. I like doing that for rescues because, you can pick, exactly what's on there. Boom. You don't have to do anything. And I think that's what everybody wants today, is just to help out, but be easy. So
we love it too. It's fun. And I think it kind of makes you feel a little more connected to the rescue too, if you get to buy the stuff.
Totally. Yeah. It's like I'm an aunt to all of these, these animals, So Annie, thank you for what you do. Thank you for okaying my house to adopt Blue Man. He's like, seriously, my favorite little, I love him so much. It's ridiculous.
He's a great little alien.
He is. And just, say hi to the mom over there and those kids. And thanks for taking your time to do KROQ to the Rescue.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
I love it.
All right.